Welcome to the deep dive. You've given us something really intriguing to explore today. It's The Philosophy of Numbers by Mrs. L. Dow Balliett, a book from, wow, 1917.
Yeah, quite a while back.
Now, when you hear philosophy of numbers, it might sound a bit, abstract.
Sure it can.
But Balliett dives into this fascinating idea that numbers, colors, vibrations, they aren't just random things.
Exactly. She sees them as fundamental forces, things that shape our lives, the world around us.
It's like taking that ancient Pythagorean wisdom, numbers having deep meaning.
Right, the idea that numbers underlie reality,
Yeah.
energetically and symbolically. She really runs with that.
Expands on it quite a bit, it seems.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What makes her view so compelling is this interconnectedness she talks about. It's not just math concepts.
No.
No, she sees numbers as like threads woven through the spiritual and the material, influencing everything from, well, our character to the essence of places.
Okay, so our goal for this deep dive is to pull out some of the core insights from this book for you. Sort of a shortcut to understanding her unique way of seeing yourself, the world, these hidden principles.
Oh, good.
We'll look at some perhaps surprising connections, your birth date, your name, colors you might like, even where you feel most, I guess, at home.
All through this numerical lens.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this, starting with the idea of your first birth.
Right. Balliett puts forward a pretty thought-provoking idea here,
Which is?
that the soul actively chooses its earth life and the specific energetic vibration it will have.
Chooses it, so not random.
Not random at all, in her view. It's a conscious selection made to get specific experiences needed for the soul's growth, character development.
Okay.
So the soul is seen as being on this constant journey towards, well, perfection. And it's always interacting with, sometimes struggling against, what she calls earth currents.
Earth currents, like challenges.
Sort of. Think of them as the general energies and difficulties inherent in the material world, the stuff the soul aims to navigate and, overcome.
It's like the soul has a curriculum then for its evolution.
That's a great way to put it.
And each life is a chance to work on a specific lesson. Balliett uses this analogy, right? A child running errands.
Exactly. Maybe the soul masters one thing but needs to revisit another. So multiple attempts are needed until that errand of soul development is fully done.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting for me. She says the soul even picks its arrival time based on planet colors.
Yes, planetary colors and the constellations present at that moment. It's almost like choosing a personal color scheme for that lifetime.
Wow. Okay.
Precisely. So the birth vibration, the number associated with your birth date, becomes incredibly significant.
Why significant?
According to Balliett, it gives key insights into what that individual soul specifically wants to learn and experience during this particular lifetime.
Okay.
She even suggests that if a person's name changes later in life, that could actually reflect character strengths and soul growth that they've achieved.
Huh. And what about those big questions like why some lives seem so much harder than others?
Yeah, Balliett addresses that through the lens of the soul's eternal nature. It's not just this one life.
Right.
The soul's been on this journey through countless lives, gathering different experiences, always striving for growth.
So those inequalities we see.
They could be seen in this framework as reflections of the soul just being at different stages in its very long evolutionary journey.
Okay, that makes a certain kind of sense within her system.
Building on that idea of the soul choosing its path, Balliett then looks at whether there are different types of births. She calls this section eventful births.
Eventful births, what does that mean?
Here she distinguishes between what she calls limited birth vibrations, those are numbers 1 through 7, and free vibrations.
Free?
Yeah, numbers 8, 9, 11, and 22. She suggests that moving through those limited numbers, 1 to 7, represents stages in the soul learning fundamental energies.
Like foundational lessons.
Exactly. Whereas the free numbers 8, 9, 11, 22 often represent souls who have maybe already navigated those earlier lessons in past lives.
So they operate differently.
With a broader range of energetic possibilities, yeah.
And what about these people with the free vibrations, the 8s, 9s, 11s, 22s?
Balliett suggests they often come into the world with a kind of mission to help others.
Help who?
To support those who are working through the energies of the limited numbers. It's this idea of souls consciously choosing supportive roles, helping the collective evolution.
That's quite a concept. Souls helping souls.
Furthermore, she explores the idea that souls might intentionally seek out really contrasting life experiences.
Like what?
Like maybe a life of great wealth, followed by one of, say, poverty, or the other way around.
Why would they do that?
The purpose, she suggests, is to gain a more complete understanding of life by experiencing different ends of the spectrum.
Ah, it's all about getting that well-rounded understanding, isn't it?
Exactly. And those victories, he talks about, the challenges overcome, the growth achieved.
Yeah.
Balliett says they aren't just temporary moments. They get ingrained as character within the soul.
So it becomes part of you.
Right. And this built-up strength can even be reflected, she believes, in a person's name vibration becoming stronger over time.
Okay, that leads to a question, though. If we have these individual colors associated with us, where did they come from? When did we get them?
Yeah, that's a natural question. Balliett connects this directly to the planets and their mineral makeup.
Minerals.
Her theory is that each planet gives off specific colors based on the dominant minerals within it. Like each planet has its own unique color signature, energetically speaking.
Like an aura for each planet, okay?
And here's a really key point she makes. Balliett suggests that the very first breath a newborn takes draws in the color that is most prevalent in the atmosphere at that exact moment of birth.
Wow.
And that atmospheric color, she believes, is influenced by the alignment of these color-emitting planets. So your first energetic imprint is tied to the sky at your birth.
So the stars and planets literally color our beginnings.
That's the idea. And what's really insightful here is the notion that the purity, the vibrancy of an individual's main color is linked to their spiritual development.
How so?
Well, just like someone with a trained artistic eye might see subtle color nuances others miss, spiritual growth enhances the clarity and power of one's own inherent color. It's not just which color, but the spiritual force and intention behind it that matters.
Okay, so how do we actually use this understanding of birth vibrations?
Balliett explains it like this. Your name represents the overall force and color of your aura.
Okay, the aura.
Yeah, like your consistent energetic signature around you.
Yeah.
But your birth vibration, that's the specific color your soul consciously chose for this life, this particular journey.
The mission for this round, sort of?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she offers a really practical application too.
Like what?
If you're feeling down, maybe surrounded by what feels like negative energy,
Yeah.
you can consciously focus on the purest expression of your birth vibration's color. Visualize it flowing through you, cleansing, transforming gloom into joy.
So it's a way to actively shift your inner state.
Right. And this ties into another core belief of hers. She suggests nothing truly negative can enter your personal space unless it resonates with your own past thoughts or deeds.
Wow, that's a strong statement on personal responsibility.
It is. It puts the locus of control, energetically speaking, squarely within us. And she goes further, connecting the specifics, your birth month, day, and year, to particular colors and what she calls a musical keynote that resonates throughout your life.
A keynote, like a theme song.
Sort of, yeah. It's a really comprehensive system where every part of your birth carries weight and adds to your unique energetic profile.
Okay, let's get into the heart of these colors then, based on Pythagoras.
Right. Balliett sets up direct links between numbers and colors. So number one, the fundamental vibration is associated with the color flame.
Flame. Okay. What about 2?
2 resonates with gold. Interestingly, she describes 3 as not having its own distinct color, but rather expressing the gold flame of 1, suggesting a kind of dynamic interplay there.
Ah, okay. And 4?
4 vibrates to blue and green, 5 is pink, and 6 is associated with vibrant hues like orange, scarlet, and heliotrope.
Orange, scarlet, heliotrope for 6. Got it. What's 7?
7 vibrates to colors like steel, purple, brick, and magenta. Kind of complex shades.
Definitely. And 8?
8 is linked to the bright color canary. And finally, 9 resonates with the powerful color red.
So a whole spectrum tied to numbers 1 through 9?
Exactly.
Does she suggest ways to, work with these?
Oh, yes. She even provides specific exercises to develop your own vibration or birth digit.
Exercises? Physical ones?
For the main numbers 1 through 7, yes. They involve particular postures, breathing techniques, and even humming associated musical notes.
Really? Like what?
For instance, for number 1, she describes a stance with arms raised, focusing on unity and truth while humming the note C.
Okay, and for 2?
For 2, it involves gently outstretched arms, feeling energy flow from the earth up while humming the note D.
Interesting. What about 3, since it expresses 1 and 2?
Right. She makes the point that for a 3 to reach its potential, it needs to consciously integrate the vibrations of both 1 and 2.
Okay. And the free numbers? 8, 9, 11, 22. Do they have exercises?
They have their own guidance, often more nuanced and frequently incorporating elements of the lower numbers too.
Right. Now, let's talk about the name. Your name, its color and sound. What's the connection there?
Balliett emphasizes that the energetic vibration of your name should ideally match the level of soul growth you've actually attained.
So you have to earn the vibration.
In a sense, yes. She suggests the soul has an inherent integrity and won't energetically align with a higher vibration it hasn't genuinely earned through experience.
Okay.
And it comes back to that idea that our birth vibration, our core spiritual energy, influences how we perceive the world, the sense world.
Mm-hmm.
And the colors we see, she says, aren't just visual. They actually convey the fundamental sound, the energetic note of everything.
Colors convey sound. Wow.
And importantly, Balliett believes that as our consciousness evolves, our name itself might change.
Yeah.
Maybe outwardly, maybe just in its inner resonance, reflecting our new state and place in the cosmos.
That's profound. So can we read names then?
Yes, this leads to reading individual name vibrations, specifically for numbers 1 through 7.
Okay.
According to Balliett, each of these numbers carries a specific mission, potential pitfalls, and associations with musical keys, colors, even trees and fruits.
Can you give an example, like for one?
Sure. A name vibrating to 1 signifies a mission to a whole unity. Its color is flame, musical key is C, foundation energy.
Okay. And 2?
A 2 name points towards harmony and music, linked to gold, key of D. She even mentions golden instruments, evoking that resonant beauty.
Nice. What about 3?
3 is about expression, being a peacemaker. Key of E, expressing that gold flame of 1 associated instrument. The trombone, interestingly.
Trombone. Okay. 4.
For a 4 name, the focus is intellect, being a builder. Colors blue and green, key of F, associated with the guitar, but also coal and silver grounding elements.
Practical and creative. How about 5?
A 5 name speaks of seeking knowledge and adaptability. Color is pink, key of G, linked to trumpet and viola, and also the malleability of clay.
Adaptable like clay. Makes sense. 6.
6 represents rest in motion, cheerfulness, key of A, warm colors, orange scarlet heliotrope, associated with the gentle lyre.
Rest in motion. I like that. And 7.
Finally, a 7 name signifies refinement, being a finisher. Key of B, the trick is colors. Steel, purple, brick, magenta, completing energy.
Okay, that covers 1 through 7. Now what about those free numbers again? 8, 9, 11, 22.
Right. Balliett describes people whose names resonate with these as having, well, significant stored knowledge from past lives.
Okay.
And possessing a greater potential for what she terms cosmic consciousness, a deeper, more expansive awareness.
Sounds advanced. What about 8 specifically?
An 8 name signifies freedom, being a helper. Key of C, color canary. Associated gem is the opal.
Helper. Okay. And 9.
A 9 vibration represents universal brotherhood and law. Key of D, colors red and brown, symbolized by the peacock.
Universal brotherhood. Big theme.
Yeah.
11.
11 signifies a natural leader, the foundation of music. It vibrates at an octave of C. Colors include white, black, yellow, violet, a broad spectrum,
Leader. Foundation of music.
and OE2.
22 represents inherent strength, being a completer. Vibrates at an octave of D. Color is cream.
Completer, strength. Got it. Now, a practical question might be, how does the system work with different languages?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Balliett addresses this. She explains her system focuses primarily on the sound and energetic vibration of words.
Ah, not the specific letters.
Not strictly tied to the letters or structures of any one language. This suggests the underlying principles, the sonic essence, are universal.
So it transcends language barriers, theoretically.
That's the idea, yes. And in terms of practical use, colors and notes.
Yeah, what's the practical point?
Balliett clarifies that the force behind colors is the soul's activity itself.
Okay.
So understanding these vibrations, she believes, can be really valuable for consciously creating harmonious environments.
And also for gaining deeper insights into why things happen in our lives, the patterns, the meanings.
Right. She also mentioned something called a spiritual birthday.
Yes. Intriguing concept. It's not your actual calendar birthday.
No. How is it calculated?
It's calculated by combining the numerical vibrations of your birth, month, day, and year, adding them up and reducing them.
Okay. And what does that give you?
The spiritual birthday number is then associated with specific atmospheric colors and musical notes. It's another layer for understanding your unique energetic makeup and soul journey.
Another layer. Interesting. Does she give more detail on what the colors mean symbolically?
Oh, yes, definitely. She provides a list of individual meanings for each numerical color.
Okay, like for one flame.
One flame is described as seeking to be a light, an initiator.
Makes sense. 2 gold.
2 gold embodies a desire for rest, inner harmony.
And 3. the one that expresses 1 and 2.
Right. 3 seeks to express any color presented to it, ideally the gold flame of 1 and 2. Versatile expression.
Okay. 4, blue and green.
Seeks to express illumination through intellect, but also that nurturing green consciousness, mind and heart.
5, pink.
Embodies a drive to express power, vitality, refinement, and harmony. Quite dynamic.
6, scarlet, heliotrope, orange.
Aims to express abundance, that rest through motion idea again, and the pursuit of knowledge.
Okay. 7, brick and steel.
Described as seeking to honor and understand the principles of the Trinity. More esoteric.
Definitely. 8, canary.
Expresses mirth, spaciousness, charm, hope, and high spiritual aspiration. Very positive.
9, red.
Seeks to express pure light, stillness, and a selfless, non-imposing kind of love.
Stillness and love. 11, white, black, yellow, violet.
Embodies a quest for wisdom and refined discernment, seeing clearly.
And finally, 22, cream.
Seeks a deep, unifying connection with all things. Oneness.
Wow, quite specific meanings. She also mentions finding a controlling color.
Yes, the idea that within your overall profile there's likely one strongest, most dominant color.
Like your primary energy.
Exactly. Linked closely to what she calls the fountain of spirit within you, your core essence.
Okay. Does she give an example of how this all comes together for a real person?
Yes. She uses John Wanamaker, the department store magnate.
Oh, okay. How does that work?
Well, he was born July 11th, 1838. His name vibration, she calculates, is 22.
Right, the completer.
Exactly. Then she looks at his birth date. July is 7. The 11th day is 11.
Okay.
And the year, 1838, sums to 20. 1 plus 8 plus 3 plus 8, which reduces to 2.
So 7, 11, and 2 for the birthday parts.
Right. And if you add those main birth influences, 11 plus 2, if 11 is a master number, she seems to use it directly here along with the year reduction, you get 13, which reduces to 4.
Okay, so his birth date energy is fundamentally a 4 with influences of 11 and 7, and his name is 22.
Precisely. So his personal color scheme combines cream from the 22 name, all colors of the gamut, from the 11 in his birth date, and blue-green from the overall birth date sum of 4. It shows how these different numbers layer together.
Okay, that helps illustrate it. She also mentions finding a life song.
Yes, briefly. It indicates her system extends to finding a personal melody or sonic signature based on these numerical vibrations and notes. Very holistic.
It really is. She touches on gems too, right? Esoteric value?
Just briefly. Suggesting vowels and words have hidden power and gems have objective and esoteric vibrations linked to numbers.
Hidden layers everywhere. And furnishing rooms.
Yes. Practical suggestion. Decorate rooms according to their numerical vibration and color based on purpose.
So a room for new projects might get some flame red.
That's the kind of idea, yeah. Create harmonious spaces.
Okay, and finally, she applies this to whole U.S. states.
Yes, quite ambitiously. In the colors and the possibilities of the states and the character of the people they attract.
How does she do that?
She analyzes state names, assigns them numerical vibrations and colors, and then theorizes about the kinds of people they attract based on vowel vibrations in the names.
Wow. Okay, that's surprising. Can you give an example?
Sure. She says Idaho vibrates to 1, flame color, and it tends to attract people whose names are also 1s or whose birth digits are 7 or 9.
So pioneers and finishers and inspirational types.
Kind of a blend of original energy, refinement, and that vital red force. Yeah.
What about big one, like New York?
New York, she says, vibrates to 3, but the vowels in the name total 11.
Ah, the leader number.
Right. So she posits it attracts individuals who resonate with that higher 11 vibration, a state capable of great enlightenment, but also potential darkness, depending on how people use its strong energy.
Interesting take. Any others?
Alabama vibrates to 4, blue and green. She suggests it attracts people whose own numbers resonate with that grounded, sometimes struggling 4 nature, focused on work and family.
Grounded energy.
And Utah, she identifies as the only state vibrating to 5, pink, seeking love and connection. Its initial U suggests growth through harmony. She thinks it attracts 4s who will work diligently to build the state.
Definitely an unconventional way to look at geography.
It is. And she even extends it to parts of cities. Different directions. North is 3, south 2, east 9, west 4.
Really?
Yeah, and specific neighborhoods. She mentions Philadelphia vibrating 11, but South Philly having a Ducey vibration, attracting those with the free 9 vibration. It's incredibly detailed.
So as we bring our deep dive into the philosophy of numbers towards a close, we've really journeyed through Balliett's core ideas, haven't we?
We certainly have. The soul, choosing its path, the significance of birth vibrations, names.
The whole connection between numbers, colors, planets.
It's an intricate web she weaves.
It's definitely a very unique, thought-provoking way to see ourselves and the world. We hope it sparks some of those aha moments for you.
Aligning with that desire for insightful, quickly digestible knowledge,
Yeah.
we'd encourage you maybe take a moment to reflect on your own birth date, your name, through this lens.
Do any colors or numbers resonate strongly? Does it offer any, I don't know, fresh perspectives on your own life?
Maybe consider looking up your own numbers within this system, or think about the vibrations of places you've lived or feel drawn to.
Could be a fascinating rabbit hole to go down for further exploration.
Absolutely. And finally, just a provocative thought to leave you with.
Okay.
Could understanding these unseen vibrations that Balliett proposes, this kind of underlying energetic language, could it offer a genuinely new way to navigate life?
And understand our place in the, well, the bigger cosmic picture.
Exactly. It's definitely something to contemplate.